everyone, it's Keren Baker and I'm really excited to talk about something brand new from Tonic Studios, and this is called Designer's Choice. And what it is every single month there will be a unique, exclusive, limited edition die set that is just for that particular month. When all the amounts that are there to be sold are gone, it's gone. But the great thing about this is the price. You're going to get a complete set of dies that you can do tons of things with, and the actual price is $24.99 for UK and the rest of the world, or in the US it's going to be $24.99. But there is something really exciting, and there is a £5 or $5 discount using the code DIE5, which is DIE5. And that will get you £5 or $5 off the price, so it ends up being $19.99. I'll talk about shipping in a minute so that you've got a good idea. There's going to be a ton of information, and what I'm going to try and do is give you all the info. I'll talk you through 3 different projects that I've created using the die set, show you the die set, and try and keep it simple for this first month, and then for the next month when the new Designer's Choice set comes out, we'll hopefully do something a little bit more complicated, because you'll hopefully have all got the idea of exactly how it works and what it is. So let's dive straight in to looking at the die set. So I've put some of them on this sheet here just to make it a little bit easier for you to actually work out what die is coming. And some of you who are eagle-eyed and perhaps used to using different die sets might notice that it looks very like an easel kit, which is exactly what it is. You've got the most gorgeous Dragonfly Easel Kit. I shall show you a quick look at what it is. So you can see at the side there, we've got the little easel part. You've got a front part, you've got dragonflies, you've got the decoration. So these 2 dies make up the main part of the die. Excuse me. Then you've got the dragonfly, you've got the border, which goes at the bottom down here. Then you've also got 2 sentiments. One says just for you, the other one says with love. And then you've got 3 lovely butterflies, 2 flowers, and 2 little hearts. And this is what you can end up making. So what I'll do is go through each of the projects that I've done, give you an idea of how to do it, and then we'll talk about shipping at the end, and I'll repeat the code for you so that you don't forget. Right, so this one here, what we're going to need, for each easel, you're going to need to cut one of these dies and one of these. So if I get the ones that I've already cut out, they're going to look like this. Okay, so you've got one of each. Now for folding, you'll see that when you cut out the die, you've often got a sort of gently beveled edge. That's going to be the top. I mean, you could use the bottom, but this is a much nicer finish. So that's going to be the bottom. So if you have a look carefully at the back, you're going to see that we're going to fold it towards the top. So we're going to get this, we're going to fold it like that. And again, I'm going to use my bone folder to get a nice crease, and we're going to fold that one down as well. So let's just do that quickly. Let me move these dies out of the way so you can see exactly what we're doing. So let me just get my bone folder. Give it a nice crease, particularly for an easel card, you do want a good firm crease. So that's how we're going to do the first part. And then we need to get the top part, and we're just going to glue along here. And when we match it up, if you have a look carefully, can you see the shape here at the bottom matches the shape here? So we know where to put it on this piece here, because these little bits are going to match perfectly. So they've made it really, really easy for you. So let's pop a bit of glue on. You can, by all means, use double-sided tape or red liner tape. I'm just using glue because it's got a really good firm hold to it. So again, we're going to match up the edges, make sure that they match nicely. If you're not sure, check on the back. It's going to look a bit strange. It will look at a slight angle, but it's supposed to be that way. So press it down, And you would want to leave that to dry to make sure that it is nice and dried. We're just going to carry straight on. So that is the bare bones of our kit. Now what you might find is like this, it's sticking up a little bit. So all you would need to do is just get the little bit here, this fold here, and just give it a bit more of a burnish like that. And now you can see it's sticking down. And the idea with the easel is, in order for it to stand up, we need to put something in the way so that we can actually have it resting against something. Now I've stuck that together, but what I actually meant to do was stick it onto here. So before the glue has dried, I'm just going to take it off. And the reason I've stuck that down already is because it is much quicker to show you with it all stuck down, because I'm going to stick another of those pieces back down on another project, so I didn't want to bore you all silly. So let me just pop that. So pretend that I stuck the right bit on the top. Okay, let's just give it a good stick down. Okay, so we've got that there, and again it's sticking up slightly, so just pop that, give it a bit more of a press down, and there we are, we've got that. Now the reason I had this down already was I wanted to show you one of the lovely things. If I bring it in close enough, you'll see that this die here, I get the die so I can show you, this die here produces beautiful flowers and butterflies that actually lift up to create even more dimension for your card. So if you have a little look, if I try and do it, let's have a look if you can see that way. Can you see there? Absolutely gorgeous. So it just really adds a really beautiful detail to your card. So you can stick that on. If you're doing this, and I'll show you in another bit when I stick them back on, you just need to make sure that you don't put glue under the little bits that actually stick up. But I mean, if you didn't want it to be stuck up, you could of course stick the whole lot down. It's your choice, it's entirely up to you. So now we've got our base done. Now we need to die cut the dragonfly. Now I decided, because it was the beginning of something new, and there will be lots of crafters who are very experienced, but there will be lots of new crafters who are perhaps starting their crafting journey and maybe don't have a ton of supplies. So that's why I have just chosen 3 main colours of cardstock to make it nice and simple, so that somebody purchasing this kit wouldn't feel that they've got to spend a fortune on extra supplies. So the colours that I've used, and I've used Craft Perfect cardstock from Tonic Studios. It's gorgeous quality and lovely colours. So this is teal blue, and we've got pistachio green. Try and avoid the glare. And the last colour we have is amethyst purple. So these are the 3 colours that I've chosen. They are similar. They reminded me a little bit of Dragonfly, which is why I've chosen them. So I've die cut 3 dragonflies. And the idea behind having 3 of them is just to build up some depth and make the card look really interesting, and to give a bit of an illusion that it's actually flying. So all I'm going to do is just stack them on top of each other, but I'm only going to glue this little top section here, so that the wings are free, so that I know that I haven't got to unglue them like I just did before. So whatever order you want, let's just pop a little bit of glue around the top. Let's go with, we'll have a purple last this time. So I'll pop the blue on the top. If you want to offset it slightly, so you could actually see more of the colour coming through, by all means offset it. It's your card, it's entirely up to you how you design it. A little bit more glue there. I'll offset that one a little bit more as well. So we've got that. Allow the glue to dry. I'm just going to keep going, and then all I would do is, keeping your thumb in the middle, bend it against your thumb. So we're going to end up with that kind of effect. And again, exactly the same for the other side. Just bend them towards your thumb, and there you've got a really gorgeous dimensional dragonfly. Now on this one, I'm not going to do it because I don't want the video to be super long, and it may be hard for you to see, but there is actually a very subtle and beautiful glimmer, and that is just using the Glitter Gloss Nouveau pen, which just puts the most lovely luster and slight glitter onto whatever you choose to put it on. It's a little brush tip. There you go. You can see there. Really easy to use, but it's like glitter but no mess. It's more of a sort of a gentle sheen. So that's an idea to add a little bit of extra something. I'm not going to do that now, I just thought I'd show you. So we've got those sorted there. We also need to add the butterflies. Now the reason that we add butterflies there, and you could add a button, you could add a brad, you could actually add one of the sentiments. If you put a sentiment here with a little bit of foam pads on there, that would provide the stopper for the card so that when the recipient gets it, they can stand it upright. Because obviously if you're sending it through in the post, you're going to be sending it flat. These will still spring up afterwards, so you don't need to worry about that going into an envelope. But we need a little stopper there so that the card actually stands up. So let's just put our dragonfly on first. Let's add a little bit of glue. Again, you would just make sure that it was put on properly. I'm just going to do enough so that it holds onto my card. There we go, pop it on. And you can see from the shape of the die, the way it's been designed, it lines up with the dragonfly perfectly. I don't know if you can see there. You see I'm just following the edges of the outside. So that's our dragonfly sorted. And then we just need to put the butterflies on. So I've cut butterflies out of exactly the same colours. So we'll just add, again, I'm just adding it into the centre because I want the wings to stick upright slightly. Give them a bit of a bend, stick them on, and then I'm going to have a little look, see where I actually want it to be, and then glue it down. So put a little bit of glue on there, stick that into the middle. And then when it's dry, I would just lift the wings, but obviously it's not quite dry yet. I would lift the wings up and that's going to give me that effect. The only other thing to add in is to add the little hearts. So I just get foam pad and add one of the little hearts. We'll pop that in the center. It just breaks up the expansive color. So put that in the middle. And then I'll actually put another little heart. And my little heart's gone walkies, otherwise I'd put it on. So put a little heart there. You could put a brad, you could put a gem, lots of things you could do to decorate it. And you've got this space here, which perfectly allows for you to put the sentiment. They've got two, there's a larger one as well. You could put that there if you wanted to. I've just left mine blank for the moment. So that gives you an idea of how to make that card. And obviously there's lots of spaces for you to add more decoration. If you're a fan of Nouveau drops, you could decorate here. If you like paper piecing, you could obviously paper piece these little parts left behind from the die. There's so much that you could do to make it your own. So that's the first card, nice and simple. Now the second card, again using exactly the same colours. I have just got a base card in the same colour that I did the first card in. And what I've done is I've carefully die cut the border because I wanted to create this negative effect to show the white through. So I've got my border. We'll just get it to come. There we go. So I've got my border and I've die cut out before you stick these two together. So you've just got a piece of cardstock in the teal, die cut there, and then turn it round and carefully line it up with a little tiny gap so that it creates a lovely border just with the negative space. Then I've cut out some more of the butterflies, added the sentiment, and here you can probably see these butterflies are just cut out using vellum. Any of you who are unaware of what vellum is, it's like a slightly thicker tracing paper, but it gives a really beautiful, delicate look to your card. And I've just put them in a slight flowing pattern and left it at that. Obviously, these little spaces are crying out for little brads or jewels or Nouveau drops. Again, you can decorate it up to your heart's content. And then with these two pieces, that I cut out of this piece here. I thought, well, I'll use those to make another card. So this is my other card here. You can see I've already put one layer on. So what I'm going to do now is stick the butterflies down and add this layer on top. Now, I didn't put it together because I wanted to show you that there are so many ways that you could use these borders. So if I want to create a square, obviously there's going to be a little bit of overlapping there. If I wanted to create a lovely rectangle, I can do that there. Again, if I wanted to create like a diamond shape, I could do that by angling, and you can see if I put another one there, that's created like a pentagon shape. So there's tons and tons that you can do with it, but I thought I will glue this on and I will just show you what I was talking about before. So you've got these little elements here that are connected in the middle, but you can lift them to make them dimensional. So we just need to be a little bit careful when we're putting our glue on. So again, I'm just going to do it very carefully. So you're just going to dot around the outside. If you do end up getting it where you shouldn't do, the secret is just to work reasonably quickly. And if you lift it up away from the base, then even if there's a bit of extra glue on, it's not going to matter because it will dry with it standing up. So it's not an issue. Again, make sure you've got a little dot of glue in the middle of the butterflies so that it does stay nice and secure. Just try and do this quickly. This is why I did it already on the bottom one, because it does take a little while just to put all the dots on. So, because this is a square card, I'm going to be overlapping it slightly. But you can see how simple and how effective the border is. It's such a beautiful shape. Pop this down there. Okay, so move those little flower petals. So we've got that down. Now, what I would be doing before it goes dry is get yourself a poke tool. This is the Tonic Studios and Tim Holtz one that's really, really useful. And just hold on to it and just put your poke tool underneath where the little edges are. And then all you need to do is just lift them up. And as I say, don't worry if there's a bit of extra glue on. It's not going to matter once you've lifted them up. And all you're going to do is just go around each of these little edges. And as I say, you know, if you don't want to, if you just want to leave it flat on the bottom so it's all stuck down, you can do that too. So I would just go around, and I'm not going to do all of them, I'll just do the flower to show you. So we take that all the way around, just dig it in, there we go. There we go. Just a little bit of care and attention, and they do come up nice and easily. I'm trying to hurry, which is why I'm making a real hash of it. There we go. And obviously you can lift them up, and you go around and do all of those, and then I'm just going to add my butterflies in the middle and one at the top. There we go. You'd leave it to dry, and then you can make it as detailed, as many embellishments as you wanted. But that just gives you an idea of some really simple but effective ideas using the kit. Now, we mentioned before about the shipping. So if you're using your code, which, as I said before, is DIE5, so that's DIE and then 5, F-I-V-E. That's going to get you your £5 or $5 off the $24.99. So if you're in the UK and you purchase this new Designer's Choice die set, you will have free shipping, which is amazing. So if there's any other stuff as well that you see on the Tonic site in the UK and you want to pop that into your basket, that's fine. It's free over $19.99. So that's a really good idea to fill up your baskets while you're there. If you're in the US and you purchase this die set, it will be $2. So if you just purchase the die set and don't add anything into your basket, it's just $2. If you do purchase anything else, the shipping goes to $6.95, but it's capped at that. So you don't need to worry about it increasing. It stays at that rate. If you're in the EU, the shipping for this is a £2 flat rate. So anything over $19.99, that's the flat rate, which is great. So once you've purchased your die set, anything else you pop in your basket, it's going to remain the same price. And for the rest of the world, it is £7 flat rate once you've purchased your special designer choice die set. And it's worth saying as well, one of the differences about this special new set of dies is that it's for immediate dispatch. So if some of you are used to the craft kits, you would purchase your craft kit and then you would wait for the time and the date that it came through and it would all be sent out. This is first come, first served. As soon as you've paid for it, it's going to be coming out to you. So you're not going to have to wait. I know as crafters, we hate waiting, don't we? So you don't have to do that with this new set of dies. It really is an exciting new kit. And I've seen the kit for November and December, and you're going to love those too. Some of them are themed, some of them are just beautiful dies in their own right, but it's going to be quite a varied and versatile kit. You can see very simply here what I've created, and I know you guys are going to create something equally as exciting. So thanks for being with me. I hope you've enjoyed this look at this new set of dies and that you're excited to purchase them too. Do tag Tonic Studios on social media, whether Instagram or whether it's on YouTube or on our Tonic Studios Facebook group. We would love to hear what you think about the new dies, and we'd love to see what you are going to create using them. So thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Take care then. Bye.